Hello, this is Raina with LYLO Crafts coming on today as part of hashtag Saturday Morning Makes, which is an open collaboration that is hosted by the amazing Jillian Norwood. And I will put a link to her channel in the description below. And so I'm doing a kind of a craft with me this time. I bought this haunted house, this wood house from the Dollar Tree. And I wanted to do a little Pasteloween in this little tree that I have here in my craft room. And so I wanted to add this maybe as like the tree topper. And so I am utilizing this chalk paint in blush, and it says hello hobby. So I can't remember where I got this. I want to think I got this at Walmart. And so the reason why I'm using chalk paint is because it covers a little bit easier. And you don't want to put too much paint on these thin veneers, wood veneers, because they will warp. And so I'm just going to go ahead and paint this up, and I'll be back when I'm ready for the next step. Okay, so I've got it painted up, and it's still a little bit damp, as you can see. But I'm a little bit impatient. And so what I'm going to do is take one of these little foam daubers and this vintage photo, and I am going to dab it in here. I'm not sure if this is a dark enough color, but I'm going to try. Dab this dauber in here. And then what I want to do is kind of go around the edges to creep it up a little bit. So, ooh, that's good. So yeah, so I'm just going to tap, tap, tap all around the edges, just like this. Tap, tap, tap. So I'm going to do that all the way around, and then I'll be back. And I think I'm going to do it around the windows too. Yeah, I definitely am. I'm going to do tap, tap, tap all around it and around the windows, and I'll be back. Okay, so for the next step, I want to put something on the top here to hide this hole. And I was thinking, you know, like this, I just got out the stuff that's in my stash. And so there's this moon. I really kind of wanted like a moon. So I'm thinking about putting that on the top, and to make it firm, I have this really stiff cardstock. This was given to me by Gina. Thank you so much, Gina. And I'm thinking I can use it on here and maybe even leave a little bit of the edge because it looks like, you know, creepy. And I'm thinking I'm gonna make a tulle bow with this maybe, and then put the thing on the top. So that's what I'm thinking right now. So I'm gonna play around with it, and I'll be back. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is try making this little tulle bow. So I just took some of this tulle, and I did get this at the Dollar Tree, and I cut off a piece that looks like maybe 6 inches. Yep, about 6 inches in width. And then how I do it is I just gather it up a little bit at a time, just like this. And I just basically pinch, pinch, pinch until it gets like this. Now, I have a hard time holding everything in place. So what I do is I get some of these little pinchers, and I try to find just where it would be a little bit off center so that I can tie the tie right in the middle. So I think that's about like right here. And if it comes off because I didn't have these ready, I'll just redo it again. So this is all you do is just gather this up just like this. Okay. I'm going to bend in half to kind of see, and then I'm going to use my pinchers to hold that in place. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is just get a little piece of twine, any kind of twine that you have, any color, it really does not matter. I just happen to have this black and white twine here on my desk, so that's what I'm going to use. And I'm just going to go around, and on this side of the of those little pinchers, I'm just going to tie a knot. Okay. 1 and 2. So there's my knot. Okay, I can take my pinchers off. Okay, so now what I usually do is I fold it in half because I'm never exact. And when you fold this in half, you can see one end is a little bit longer than the other one. So I'm just going to snip it off so that they are even. Now I look like I was so good and made a perfectly even bow, even though I really didn't. Okay, so I'm just going to check the size of it and to see if I like the scale of that. I think it might need to be just a little bit shorter. So again, I'm going to fold the two ends together and I'm just going to cut a little bit more off. And you can see here, I didn't snip that very straight. So I just cut that again and see if I like that size. So I think I like that size better. And then I have a glass desk, which I absolutely love because it makes it so easy to clean. Like if you get paint and things on it, glue, you can just clean it right off. But so that it doesn't get scratched, like when I'm working with wood or whatever, I also use this silicone mat. So you're seeing a silicone mat. Down here in the background, you can see that I got paint on it, but what's beautiful about it is you can just take it to the sink and just clean it off after you're done with your project. So I'm going to clip these off, the little ends off, and then I usually turn it over. So I put glue on this side and I turn it over. So that, you can see here that I didn't cut this very straight. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to get my hot glue gun. I'm going to put a little dab of glue on the back right there. And I'm just going to put that right where the hole is to fill in the hole. And I'm just holding it in place and I'm not touching that hot glue. Okay. All right, there we go. Okay, I've got my little bow on. And so the next thing I'm going to do is work with this little moon. So I've got my little moon here. And I kind of want this, whatever is sitting on it to like pop out a little bit. So let me see here. And I'm not a purple lover, so I think I'm going to cut this little guy out. There we go. So I've got my moon. I like that. I'm going to just stick it down on my paper here on my super, super heavy cardstock. I think this is even heavier than 110 pound cardstock. And then all I'm going to do is take my scissors and then trim around this and just leave a little bit of an edge is what I'm thinking. So I'll do that and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got that cut out and I left the inside in case I wanted to put something on the inside, and I think I'm going to put this bat in here. It's already a 3-dimensional sticker, but I am going to puff it up even more so that I get some more dimension on here. And then I'm going to use that same vintage photo and go around the edges. And I think I am going to either use black stickles to go in there, or maybe just even some, maybe I'll just use the white stickles to kind of go over these little white lines to add a little bit of pizzazz, a little sparkle to him. So that is what I'm going to do. So, so the first thing I'm going to do is go around him with vintage photo. It's a little heavy-handed, Raina. So let me try and get some of that off. Okay, there we go. And I'm also going to go around this little moon here as well. Especially I'm kind of going on the edge of the moon to try and take that little white shine off that is on the edge of the sticker. So just going around that a little bit to blend it in a little bit more and take down the white on the edge of the sticker. Okay, very good. Okay, so I'm going to then take out some of my little foam that I have, and I am going to put it on the back here, and I'm going to put 2 layers on. So that's one layer, and these are just these like rectangular pieces of foam, and then I just cut them like that. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and put that on down so he can really pop out. Oh, that's good. I love that look. Okay. So if the moon is straight, I think I'm going to put the bat sideways and right there, kind of like that. Ooh, I like that. Okay, let me close this up. Now, what I like to do to glue these on is I like to use a whole big foam square so that it makes it easier to adhere to like the tool when it is sticking out versus trying to push down this flat. So I like to just add a piece of foam on there. It just gives, you know, another place for where the glue can kind of stick. I'm going to add just a little bit of hot glue to it. So you can see I've added a little hot glue, and I'm going to just put that on there just like that. What a fun little topper that is. Oh, so cute. So cute. I love that. Okay, so now I've got to figure out what I want to do in the windows. So for some of them, I just want to cover them with the black tulle and behind it, probably like that. So you can see, so the house looks a little bit dark in the windows, and I'm gonna see if I have anything that I can put inside any of these windows. So I'll go do that and we'll be back. Okay, I've picked my first 2 stickers and I just went into my stash. And so this is a leftover sticker from the Dollar Tree from last year. And I thought, oh my gosh, that skeleton is so cute. And I did just ink around the edges on him. And then I felt like, you know what, since he's going to be down here, I needed something kind of to balance over here. So, I don't know, I'm going to put like this little Dracula guy someplace. So he was from here, and there was so much blue background. So the first thing I did was go around with vintage photo. I put it on this this heavyweight cardstock, and I went around all the blue with vintage photo, but I still thought it was too blue. So then I went in and I fussy cut it. So you can see how I just cut away more of that blue. So if you've got like a background on your sticker that you don't like, don't give up on it, because I think I've cut enough of it away that I can use him. And so I'm thinking I might put him, you know, around here. So that's what I'm thinking right now. So I've got these 2 so far, but I'm going to keep going and I'll be back. Okay, so now I am ready. I've got my little figurines all done for what I think I'm going to do. So I just flipped my piece over, and I want to put this black tulle on the back. And so I'm just kind of measuring. Oh, I think that's going to work out great. So let me just cut this right over here. Okay, kind of along those shapes. And I'm going to push it up a little because I need enough space over there. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my hot glue, and let me get my little spatula to hold it in place. And so I'm going to start with this top one. I'm just going to put a little dab of hot glue there. And then I'm going to use this silicone spatula so I don't get burned to hold that in place. And all I need to do is really just tack this down in a few places. So I'm just going to put a little bit around the windows because I don't want it to look too puffy on the other side. And also, I was careful to put the sparkly side facing out. So that's why it's down, so that the sparkles will still show through on the other side if there are some. Okay, so I'm just going to do those same things around all of the windows. And then I'm going to go back in and then just trim so that these pieces don't show through. Okay. Okay, so now I've got it all like glued in place, and so I'm just going to take my scissors, and this is the back, so you won't see, so it does not have to be perfect, but I do not want it showing through on the front edge. So I'm just taking my scissors and just trimming around these sides so that it doesn't show through on the front. Okay, this looks like it needs just a hair more of a little trim. So, there we go. That should take care of that. Okay, I'm going to cut down around here. Okay, and then a little bit on this bottom corner. Okay, so now I'm going to flip it over and make sure. Okay, that looks really cool. You can't really see anything through it. And so now what I'm going to do is add my little figures into the windows. So on this one, I did want him behind, and let's see here. Okay, great, he does fit. That's so cute. Okay, so I'm just gonna put him in, and I'm gonna add a little glue to him, and stick him in there along with the others, and then I'll show you what I did. Okay, so let's take a look at how it turned out. So there is the top. I added a little spider web and a spider, and I added these googly eyes to the back of the tool, and I added a couple ghosties that I popped up on foam, and a bat. There's the Dracula boy. There's another creepy eye that's looking out. Here's the happy jack-o'-lantern. Here's some more eyes and the ghost. I just couldn't resist how to turn that boy skeleton into a girl with a big bow. And I added these sweet little pumpkin sticker from the Dollar Tree down here, and then this felty. All I did was cut out the orange foam, the orange felt that is around this little cat, and then I just added a little piece of foam, and then I hot glued it on top like the cat is climbing on top of those pumpkins, and those pumpkins are popped out too, so it's quite dimensional, this sweet little house. So I'm gonna show you what it looks like on the top of my tree, and then also I'm gonna put it next to a wall next, so you can see, because you could use this straight as decor as well. Okay, so here it is on the top of my little tree in my craft room. So I'll get closer so you can see it. Oh, I just think it's so fun the way that it turned out. And then you can see, I just have this sparse little Christmas tree that I decorate per season. And so I got back out my little treats that I made and also purchased. I'll put a video in for how I made these giant lollipops at the end. And then look, there's one of the ghosties I made. Here's a jack-o'-lantern. There's an ornament someone gave me. And here's a trick-or-treat box that I made. There's another one of those big lollipops. There's another happy pumpkin. There's a pink ghosty. And here's another one of those treat boxes that I made. And then at the bottom, I've just got this pink and cream little garland and a pink pumpkin. So thank you so much for spending some time with me today. And I hope you have an amazing day. Bye-bye.